Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's in-depth video it's another one about circumstances, and I'm changing the title slightly here. Now, I'm not repeating myself, but what I'm doing here is trying to help you get into a new mindset. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to achieve from this video. Because when I put up the last video on circumstances don't matter, I did get a couple of comments saying that they emphatically do matter. And I think the problem is the term circumstances don't matter sounds a little bit flippant, but it's a search term. You see, I use that in my videos, and that gets people to come to my videos and listen about this topic. So I did a podcast with Harrison on Monday, and we went in depth about this because after those comments, I was really thinking about it and thinking, I get it, that term, but at the same time, if you want to manifest, if you want to consciously manifest something, you cannot have the belief that your circumstances matter and will stop you, because then you're not going to consciously be able to manifest something, because you have made an assumption that your circumstances matter, and they emphatically matter. Now, they might matter to you at the moment, as in you are dealing with the repercussions of something maybe, or you are living with that circumstance at the moment. That's one thing. You cannot do anything about that at this precise moment. That is the one thing. So you accept that. These are my circumstances. I get it. This is what's going on at the moment. I'm not ignoring the 3D. I know this is going on. But you have to have the mindset of, I'm sorry, I know I'm sounding really forceful when I'm saying this. It's not really like me, but I feel so passionately about it because I don't want people to get stuck like this. And I'm certainly not I don't think that circumstances don't matter is promoting a victim mentality. To me, it's the opposite. I get that everyone as you pushed out could make you go down that road, and that's why I don't talk about that on this channel anymore, even though I do believe it. Harrison and I talked about that quite a lot on the podcast. So if you want to know my views on that a bit more, then I'll put a link to the podcast down below, because it's really great when we can just chat to each other, and maybe you'll hear me say things that you wouldn't necessarily think that I might think, and stuff like that. So pop along. The first thing that you really need to do if you want to consciously manifest, so there's two things here, right? If you're watching this video and you're going to come to me and say, I hate these videos, my circumstances do matter, the first bit of advice I give to you is don't watch these videos. Don't watch them, because you will do two things. One, you will get really frustrated with us, with the likes of me. I will annoy you because you will think, how dare you say that? And that will wind you up. So you will get that vibration then of frustration and annoyance at me or whoever else you're listening to. And two, you will feel like, I can't do this, I can't move. So you will feel crap about yourself. So don't do that to yourself. Absolutely, if you truly believe it, and you cannot shift your mindset into, okay, I can manifest despite my circumstances. If you can't do that, then I would say, get on with your life. Don't watch these videos. Live what you consider to be life as it really is. Live it, enjoy it, let go of this stuff, because then your life will start to change naturally, and those things probably will happen for you because you've stepped away from this. Because what's happening is you are stuck in this kind of on this merry-go-round of looking at these videos and kind of knowing, deep down you probably know that you can manifest despite your circumstances, but you are feeling stuck. And you've maybe been a long time. And when people say to me, I've been at this for a long time, and maybe they say, I've been at this for 2 years, I would say, at what? What do you mean you've been at it? Because that to me means you have been trying hard for, say, 2 years to manifest maybe a specific person into your life, because normally it's a relationship thing. No, that's not what you want to do here. Being at it is not, maybe you do a little bit of manifesting, but not every day. I mean, if you've got 2 years down the track and you're still doing it, then you are stuck in that lack vibration. You're just going to see more and more and more of it. You need to stop, because you need to put your mental health first and yourself first. And then I'll get people saying, oh, you're just saying move on then. No, I'm not. Well, I kind of am. I am in one respect. You get a specific person and you bring your ex back into your life when you are just getting on with your life. You don't do it when you are forcibly pushing. And what I mean is pushing. There's so much to say on this subject, isn't there? I'm being really bossy today, sorry. When I say pushing, I don't mean externally pushing. So you may not have reached out, you may be doing all of the right things externally, but if internally you're constantly wanting them, feeling the lack of them, manifesting, like affirming and deciding that you want this and this is how you want it and what other technique can I do, that's you pushing. just because you're not doing it externally, you're doing it internally. So that's what you need to stop. I'm more for people's like having good mental health and putting themselves first. No one person is worth feeling like that over. No one's better than you. So that would be my first bit of advice. If you are feeling like that and you're really struggling with what I'm saying here, if you really still want to look at these videos, then I would say you need to change your mindset. You absolutely do. If you want to consciously manifest, you need to change your mindset, and you need to know that you can move forward despite your circumstances. And I'm sure that's a better phrase really, but I guess I probably won't get so many people looking at this video using that. But you know, I'm trying to kind of say this in a different way. I would have been exactly the same years ago. I would have thought, well, I can't have that because of this, and I would have really felt that, so it would have held me back. But you can have, because if the law of attraction is a universal law and it works every single time in the same way, the algorithm works in the same way all of the time, then of course you can. Why would you not? Why would the universe say, but you can't have that, you can have this, but you can't have that? Why would it? You know, it doesn't make sense. It's like gravity, it's always working. It's just how life is. We are manifesting things into our life based on our feelings about them. So if you want somebody and you've been trying a long time to get that person, then you are in the feeling of lack and you are in the push energy, and you need to let go of that. And that does mean getting on with your life to a certain degree. And I would agree with that when people might say, well, you're just saying forget about them. In a way I am. I'm saying get on with your life for now. Detach. Do other things. See other people. If you don't want to see other people, don't do that. Just socialise with friends. Do other things that you're interested in and take some of your attention away from them. And that is when they show up in your life, when you're least expecting it. And Neville Goddard would say the same. It always happens when you're least expecting it. But if you're feeling stuck, you need to do something different. You either need to stop for a while, take a break from this, or do other things like externally with friends and anything else that you're interested in. Really come away from it for a bit. And I did this when I started with this. I did it for a few months. Well, it's probably just a couple of months, but I needed to. And then I started with a clean slate, a fresh look at this. So you do that. Okay, my circumstances are what they are, but I still want that thing. But what have I done so far to get that thing? Well, I've done all of that. I don't need to do anything else. It's all there. It doesn't go anywhere. All that stuff I've done is there. What I need to do now is put myself first. And I can only do that by starting to detach. And detaching is not an exercise that you do. I'm going to do this to detach. Like, oh, here's a visual, do this, and then you'll detach. It's not like that. It is deciding that you are number one. You are valuable in this reality, and you are going to do other things, enjoy other things, and get on with your life. And a client said to me the other day, and I thought it was a really good term, she said, I'm not abandoning myself for this person anymore. And I thought, oh, what a great term that really is. So don't abandon yourself for somebody else, for anything, even if it's a new job or a new career or anything that you're looking for. Do not abandon yourself for that thing, because then you put it on a pedestal, it doesn't matter what it is, and you're constantly stretching for it, constantly feeling like it's out of your reach. And you might stretch and it might move forward a little bit because you release a bit, and then you go again, and then it pulls away again. It doesn't matter, like I said, it doesn't matter what it is. People, a cup of coffee from somebody, a free cup of coffee will pull away as much as a person will if you are constantly looking for it, feeling like you don't have it. Because when you're feeling like you don't have something, your signal, let's imagine your vibration is a signal to the universe. I don't think of it as the universe, but I'm going to say that because I know a lot of you do. You're putting out that signal, it's picking up, it's being read. Oh, okay, I don't have this. Okay, there you go, there's more of I don't have this. And that's what's happening here. So even though you're trying on one hand to get something, if you're feeling that you don't have it, you'll just get more of don't have it. But that does not mean that you can't get it. You just need to get yourself in the mindset of like, I can have this, but I need to put myself first. And then when the time is right, and that doesn't mean when anything is judging that the time is right for you, but what it means is internally you're more level, you're more like neutral, you're more like, this would be cool, this would be great, but I don't need it. So that you're maybe going a few hours in a day at one point when you are not thinking about it, and you realise. So every time you do that, you congratulate yourself and you think, I didn't think about that for a few hours. God, how awesome is that? I've really moved. So really notice those internal shifts, and that can really speed it up when you do that. I noticed back in the day when I started giving momentum to that time that I'd gone without thinking about things, that it would come much quicker. I feel I don't need to do that now, because I don't feel like I need anything anymore, because I've practiced being in the state of not needing stuff. So I don't ever feel that need for anything that I used to. I really did. I used to really bad, but I don't anymore. So you can get like to that stage. You have to decide once and for all for your own mental health, that you either want to do that, so you are going to accept that you can manifest despite your circumstances, or you are going to decide to step away from the law of attraction. It isn't for you, and it isn't a theory. The law of attraction, the term, is a bit of a theory, isn't it? Are we attracting things to us? How does this work? But the fact that we bring things into our life and create our lives, get things and don't get things according to our feelings, I don't think is a theory. I mean, I can see that happening every single day in my life. So to me, it's not a theory, it's a fact. But if you cannot work with that at the moment, then just step away from it, because it's not that it won't work for you, that it won't happen for you, but you need to be stepping away from it and getting out of this, getting off this merry-go-round, and just start living your life. You know, stay away from coaches, stay away from videos, stay away from books. Just get on with your life in the normal, what we call the rational sense, but just kind of let the notion that maybe you can manifest despite your circumstances, if you're a bit wavering, but I'm going to get on with my life anyway, then you'll see that you do. And you'll see that something will happen that you have thought couldn't happen because of this, and you'll be shocked by it, and you'll think, oh, it wasn't the law of attraction, it's just happened. Well, no, because the law of attraction is just an umbrella term for what is going on here. No, it just happened because you were released, that's all. So getting on with your life, enjoying life. So it happens despite what... This will happen despite what you think of it, despite whether you think it can happen or it can't happen because of your circumstances. It will happen regardless. So if I'm consciously manifesting something and I know that I need to be in that release state, it will manifest into my life. But let's say I don't know anything about the law of attraction, I'm just going on, I wish for this thing, I would like this thing, but I think that probably won't happen. But I'm getting on with my life, enjoying myself with my friends, reading, walking and doing anything. I don't really enjoy walking, so I don't know why I said that, but you know, doing all those things that I enjoy, then it will happen. Regardless of whether I'm doing it consciously or not consciously. It's going to happen anyway, but you get stuck when you are constantly telling yourself that, you know, circumstances do matter, and you're probably imagining that the people it works for are the people who don't have horrendous circumstances, but honestly, you would not believe the amount of people that I've spoken to that have manifested things totally despite their circumstances, and their circumstances have seemed, well, even with my friend Em, you know, she manifested her ex when he was living with somebody else, you know, and he said he didn't want to be back with her. There was no way they could get back together. You know, I won't go into that story because I've talked about it before. If I can find the video, I'll link it below, but I really can't remember which one it's on. But we're not just talking about people here. People that I know that have manifested massive job promotions, money, loads of money out of the blue, you know, seemingly against circumstances would dictate that would never happen, but it did, because they didn't have that huge level of resistance there. So what I'm saying in this video is, please know that you need to change your mindset, because you will drive yourself crazy if you don't, watching these videos without the firm decision that you are going to move forward from this point, and you are not going to let your feelings dictate to you anymore. You are going to get more in control of your feelings. Yes, it's practice, absolutely, it's a life skill, but you can move on from that point. You can absolutely do it. And again, when you say you've been at this, don't be at this. That's not what this is about. No, we manifest so simply, don't we? We can imagine somebody phoning us, or we can imagine, oh, I need to phone my mum, I need to phone my friend, and then they text or they call, and you think, oh, how bizarre is that? And I don't know, I know what that is. It's that energy going out there. It's a pure zap of energy. You know, call from mum, or that, you know, contact with mum, and then I get it, she calls me, because it's an energetic thing. But don't spend any time watching these videos if you don't resonate with them. Don't watch them, because they'll just put you in a crappy vibration. Just don't do it, because anything you watch that annoys you, if I watch a news channel and it annoys me, then I walk away from it, but I'm left with that annoyed feeling for a while. So I don't do it. I really try to avoid the news. So try to avoid these channels, try to avoid these type of videos if that's how you're feeling, because you will be far better off for it, honestly. You have to really be in the mindset of, yeah, of course I can do that. Only watch these things if you're resonating with them. If you're not, don't watch them. That's it. I was going to make a completely different video on a completely different topic, but I still feel, I thought when I got it out of my system on the podcast that I wouldn't want to talk about it today, but I couldn't help it because I feel so strongly about it. I really do. And I would love everybody to be able to just flip their mindset like that, but I realise it's not that easy, and it took me a while to do it. But if you are determined and you make it all about you and all about your mindset, then you just won't care so much. And when you don't care so much, anything is possible. Well, anything's possible, but anything's probable then. Anyway, I hope this was useful. I am a coach, and you can book online if you go to my website now. There's a local time converter on there, so you can have a look, see what your local time is compared to the times that I list. I write books, those are listed below, all based around the law of attraction. Harry and I have a podcast which we record every Monday. I don't know whether we'll get to record it this Monday because he's going to London at the weekend, and I don't know if he'll be back, so it might be a bit late next week. And what else do I do? Email coaching, and that is it, I think. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I really hope you got something from this, and I hope I didn't piss too many of you off. Thanks.